Rolling the ball up and down those fingers. And into the palm. And the pads of the pinky. And the thumb. And across the knuckles. And we'll leave the ball in the palms, interlace the fingers, and squeeze. And release. And squeeze. And release. And squeeze one more time. And release. And let's toss the ball up in the air. Or to a partner. Up and down, sideways, backwards. One hand to the other. 3, 2, 1. Drop it on the floor. Assess the feet and the ankles, the knees, the hips. Step on the ball right in the middle of the foot. Press down 3 times. We're moving it up to the knuckles. Once on each going across. And slide it across the knuckles. And now to the top of the heel. Pivot on the toes. Just slide it across the top of the heel. And then bring the ball to just below the first knuckle and press. The side of the top of the heel and press. And over the middle of the 5th metatarsal. Roll down each bone. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, release, reassess. And do the same thing on the other foot. Up to the knuckles. Slide across. You can go to the top of the heel and slide across the top of the heel. Press on the 3 points. Roll down the bones. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, release, get the ball out of the way. And reassess. Let's do some good mornings, 12 of them. Hinging at the waist, spine neutral. And shake the tree. Three, two, one. Center, twist the waist, swing the arms. And center with some ocean wave breathing. Fingers and thumb at the base of the spine. Step to the side and gather in starlight. And center. Step to the other side and do the same. Center. Let's walk, march, or jog to pick up the heart rate. So today we're going to do the critical bench good morning routine. There's 5 of them. The wing twist and the third dog and the glute bridge and the world's greatest stretch and all its modifications, and then the modified cat-cow. No rapid squats or anything like that involved. So to pick up the heart rate a bit more, you could do those if you like. I think I'm just gonna sprint today. But you can keep doing what you're doing. Be safe, whatever you do. I'm going in 5. We got rolling in after class. 4, 3, 2, 2. 11. 20. 30. 2 breaths. Interlace the fingers, raise them up over the head and reach up. Stretch behind if you can. Back to center, then to one side. Then the other. Center. Lower the hands to the chest, push out. Come on down. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Raise the hands up and squeeze the shoulder blades together. A little higher. Come on down and shrug. And roll the shoulders back. Form a W, squeeze the shoulder blades together again. And release, squeeze, release, and squeeze. And release. Let's extend the arms and rotate. And go in the other direction. Thumbs are up, thumbs are down. And bring one arm across the body, squeeze in at the elbow. And then the other. One arm behind the back, squeezing down and in. And then the other. We're up both elbows, rock side to side. Come on down, rotate the neck. And reverse direction. Nod. And go ear to shoulder. Tuck in the chin and peck like a pigeon. Let's go into a side lunge. The other way. Bring the feet together. Hinge at the waist, drop the hands, unlock the knees, keep the spines neutral, head back. And 3, 2, 1. Come on up, turn to the side. Press back on your back heel. Stretch the calves. And then turn around and get the other calf. Come around and let's grab a stick. We're going to do the dynamic stick routine today. So put the stick behind you and twist at the waist. If you want, you can incorporate some steps. Don't have to. If you do it slowly. And then bring the stick up above the head and oscillate back and forth. And then down below the waist. Then on one side. And then the other. And bring the stick out in front and paddle the kayak. Reverse direction. Bring the stick up to the shoulders and flop the wrists. And then go down below the waist and back up to the shoulders. And then back up overhead and down. And then at the shoulders, reverse the position of the palms so they're facing in and flop the wrists. And go down. And up. And then let's put the stick behind us again. And we're going to do 10 knee ups, alternating legs. Only go as high as feels safe. And then 10 hip rotations again, Only go as high as is good for you. And then let's bring the stick around front. Step back, hold on with two hands, one hand, or a finger or two. Come up on your toes. Heels. 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 Toes. And heels. Let's come down, put the stick down. And we're gonna get down on the floor. I'm gonna switch the camera. And I'm gonna start with the T-spine twist or the wing twist. You get on all fours. Bring one hand behind your head and look up and hold. And then come back down. Let's do the other hand. And come back down. And then let's do this by coming up and down, up and down. We'll do 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 7 on the other side. Okay, come on down. We're going to do a bird dog with the elbow to the knee. Now, when we do the bird dog for the McGill 4, what we do is we extend the left hand and the right foot and hold for 10 seconds. And then we do the right hand and the left foot and hold for 10 seconds. What we're going to do here is extend opposite hand and leg, come in and bring the elbow towards the knee, the opposite knee, extend back out and come in. We're not going to hold, and we're going to do 7 on each side. Of course, if you have difficulty doing both leg and arm at the same time, just extend your arms and then extend your legs, and that's fine. All right, you're ready? Let's go. 1, elbow to knee, extend and back in. Other side, elbow to knee, extend and back in. That's 1. Then, elbow to knee, extend, back in. That's 4. 5. And if you have to go slower and do less, no problem. Go slower and do less. And that's 7. Get your breath. We're going to turn around on our backs and lie down. And take a couple of nice deep breaths. We're going to do some glute bridges. So we're going to come up. And then, if you can, raise the knee towards the chest and bring it down. Raise the other knee towards the chest and bring it down. And then come back down. And we'll do 7 of those. You ready? Up, knee to chest, down, knee to chest, down, and come down. That's 1. Up, 1, 1, and down. Up, knee to chest, and come down. That's 3. Knee to chest, that's 4. Up, knee to chest, and down. 5. Up, knee to chest, and down. That's 6. Last one. Up and down. Take a couple of breaths. We're going to roll over again and do the world's greatest stretch. So you're on all fours, then bring one leg forward in a 90-degree position. I'm going to bring the other way. And you're going to come up with your arm and look up at your hand. And if you want to, you can, you know what? I'll get this backwards. I'm sorry. Let's start again. I'm facing you. I'm going to come up with the same arm that my leg is at a 90 degree. You could be on your knee with your other leg, or you could raise yourself on your toes and just look up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. And then get the other side. Bring your knee, your leg forward, 90 degrees. Raise your hand up, stay on your knee, or come up on your toe. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come back down on all fours. Last one's going to be easy. Take a deep breath. We're going to do a cat into a child's pose. So you're going to round your back, tuck in your chin, and then come back on your heels and stretch out. Back into cat. And child's pose. Inhale, cat. Let's do 7. This is number 3. Child's pose. Cat. Child's pose. Cat. Cat. And last one, cat. All right. So those are critical benches, 5 exercises to get going in the morning. I'm going to do the 4-7-8 breath, which is a relaxing breath, Andrew Weil's relaxing breath. You can do it also to before you go to sleep to just calm down and relax all the tension in your body. It's a count of 4 in, hold for 7, and then exhale for 8. And we're just going to do 4 of those. So you inhale, hold, and exhale. Inhale. And if you're not asleep, rub those hands together, stand up, cultivate some chi, and form a chi ball. We'll dance this around. And center. 2 breaths. And let's open our hearts. And send it out. Center. 2 breaths. And bring down heavenly chi. Keeping the spine neutral. Come down and scoop it up. And namaste.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, you're welcome, Nina. Have a good one.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, Mira, great to see you again. And for those of you sticking around, we got some rolling to do. grab a ball, grab a roller. I'll meet you on the floor again.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Art, take care. Yeah, I'm going to start with the ball. On the hips, I'm going to do both the posterior and anterior with the ball. So you want to sit right on the ball, move it around, use your hands and your other leg to adjust the pressure if it's too much. And if you find a particularly tender spot, well, then lean right into it as best you can and hold. If you want, you could kick your leg a little bit. And then I'm going to move the ball over to the side. Gluteus medius over here, and do the same. Going around, always a tender spot there, at least for me. And I'm going to lean into it. And do some kicking. And then I'm going to move to the other side and do exactly the same. Sitting on it, posterior hip. Moving around, looking for that tender spot and finding it, leaning into it. And kicking. And then going over to the anterior hip. It'll come on my forearm a little bit. There we go. Oh, yes. Breathing into it. And a little bit of a kick. And coming up. All right. Ball aside, grab a roller. Going to do the sides of the legs. Haven't done these in a while. Now, you can do the lower leg two ways. You can sit up and put your lower leg across the ball and press down with your hand and just roll up and down. Or come up on your forearms and roll up to the knee, don't hit the knee, and down to the ankle. And again, if you have a particular sore spot, just rest on it. It's usually closer to the knee, in my experience. And come down for a second. We're going to move the roller up above the knee. Get the TFL from above the knee right up to the hip. Rolling back and forth at about an inch per second. You might want to do the lower half up to about mid-thigh and then come back down a couple of times and then go from mid-thigh up to the hip. Again, particularly tender spot hold. And now I'm going from mid to hip. Holding for a bit. And coming off and going to the other side. Again, you can do the bottom. Putting the roller across the calf, side of the calf. And just pressing. Or lean on your side. Come up on your forearm and roll. And I'm coming up now to TFL above the knee. I'm going to go to about halfway on the thigh. I'm going to move this down. Some weights down there. And from above the knee to the middle of the thigh and back. And there's a tender spot I'm just going to hold here. Kick a little. And then I'm going to go from mid-thigh up to the hip. Holding. And relaxing. And that's that. Hope that was good.